O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Rahurquit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
Imagine your entire sense of self, like dissolving into a metaphysical soup, just like a caterpillar turning to literal goo inside a cocoon before it can become a butterfly. Welcome to your custom deep dive.
Yeah, it's a messy process, right?
Right, exactly. So today we are cracking open an exhaustive set of documents you sent us on. A bizarre ancient symbol, which is the Orphic Egg.
It is incredibly bizarre, yeah.
It really is. We are looking at how this specific image from Thelemic mysticism acts as a psychological and, well, a cosmic engine for massive transformation. Okay, let's unpack this. The core visual here is a smooth egg wrapped incredibly tightly by a serpent.
Like extremely tightly.
Yeah. Looking at the sheer tension in that image, it makes me think, is this essentially like a metaphysical pressure cooker?
That is actually the perfect analogy. And, to understand why it is cooking, you have to look at the forces involved.
Okay.
In this cosmological framework, the egg represents Nuit, so infinite space and absolute potential. And the serpent coiling around it represents Hadit, which is motion or, the fertilizing spark.
So without the snake, it's just a dead egg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If that serpent wasn't squeezing the egg and creating that intense friction, the universe would just sit there as a sterile, static void. It needs that pressure to manifest anything.
Okay, so that is the cosmic level. But how does this pressure cooker actually change an individual person?
Well, the sources point to the Thoth Tarot.
Oh, right. Specifically the death card, which is, honestly, terrifying imagery.
It is.
It is all about the alchemical phase of putrefaction. So does this go back to that caterpillar dissolving into goo?
It does, yeah. What's fascinating here is, how perfectly biological realities map onto psychological ones.
Yeah, interesting.
When you undergo profound change, your old self, the false ego, it has to die. It literally rots away.
Wow.
So the Orphic Egg acts as a hermetic retort, basically a perfectly sealed container safely holding you while you undergo this agonizing psychological decay.
So you don't just spill everywhere.
Yeah. Right. Without that hard boundary, all your volatile energy, your true will, it would just evaporate into the ether before it ever had a chance to reform and hatch.
Which makes total sense, because if your ego is reduced to soup inside this egg, you are incredibly vulnerable.
Extremely vulnerable.
And this brings us to Aleister Crowley. He apparently used this egg concept defensively during his intense visionary journeys.
Right, the journey to the 10th ether, ZAX.
Yeah, ZAX, when confronting the demon of dispersion, Karanzan. But wait, I have to challenge this.
Go ahead.
If you are facing a literal demon of chaos, how does just closing your eyes and visualizing an egg keep you safe? That sounds like, hiding into the blankets from a monster.
Well, it is not quite a shield. Think of it more like an invisibility cloak.
Okay.
By pulling your body of light into the conceptual zero state of the egg, you aren't fighting the chaos, you are starving it.
Oh, I see.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it is remarkably similar to Jungian individuation.
Oh, so?
You are pulling your entire psyche into absolute, unmanifested silence to hold it together against the vacuum of the abyss.
Because Karanzan feeds on contradiction and scattered energy.
Exactly. Inside the perfectly unified egg, you offer it absolutely nothing to grab onto.
So the egg is the ultimate panic room. But, here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Later occultists looked at this defensive panic room and decided to completely weaponize it. Kenneth Grant's Typhonian tradition took this symbol and, instead of incubating a perfected self, they used it to hatch basilisks.
Yes. Grant turned the egg from a panic room into a metaphysical nuclear reactor.
A nuclear reactor.
Yeah, instead of just resting inside the egg, he visualized the serpent's energy spinning so intensely inside this enclosed space that the pressure builds to a critical mass.
But a basilisk, are we talking about like a biological monster here?
No, not a literal monster. The basilisk is an alien, completely atavistic state of consciousness. By spinning those energies so fast, it forces a radical break from normal human thought. Its metaphorical stare is a sudden, violent flash of true cosmic reality.
And just like the myth, that stare is lethal.
Exactly. It is designed to instantaneously petrify the mundane ego and basically destroy our everyday terrestrial complacency.
That is intense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you strip away the ancient mythology and the intense occult imagery, the Orphic Egg is essentially the ultimate psychological containment field.
For surviving the destruction of who you were, yeah.
Right, to become who you must be.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? Well, if you are going through a massive life transition right now, you can't have your energy bleeding out into the mundane world.
No, you need that absolute boundary.
You need to hold you together while you undergo the messy, agonizing process of change.
It highlights a universal truth. You know, you cannot profoundly transform if you are constantly engaging with the things that anchored your old self.
Which leaves us with this final thought. If you were to mentally construct your own Orphic Egg right now, what outdated part of your ego would you seal inside that pressure cooker to decay? And what new true will would you hope hatches from the goo?